So 4 of our 5 matches completed on the evening session here on day 1 of competition at the 2011 Super Series finals. Culmination of the 12 tournament OSIM BWF World Super Series. So the last of our matches, men's doubles. And 2 pairs who have been former world number 1s. Jung Jae Sung and Yong Dae up against the Malaysians Koo Kien Kiat and Boon Heong. So not only both these pairs former world number 1s, but both these pairs former champions of the Super Series finals. The Koreans won the title in 2009 in Johor Bahru, and the Malaysians won the first ever Super Series finals title in Kota Kinabalu in 2008. There's Jung Jae Sung, 29 years of age, and Yong Dae, 23, Olympic mixed doubles champion, won the gold medal in Beijing. Of course, he and his partner at the moment number 2 in the world, and therefore the number 2 seeds, because number 2 on the Super Series ranking, the Koreans, despite only playing 9 tournaments. And that, Ian, will result in a fine, won't it?
Yes, it will. Yeah, all the players contracted now. All the top players contracted to play a minimum of 10.
Yeah, they missed Malaysia, India, and in Japan they played with different partners. There was talk last week of Jung Jae Sung having a sore shoulder, and therefore Yong Dae played more from the back of the court. Oh, there's Koo Kien Kiat, 26-year-old from Subang. His partner, the tall left-hander, Boon Heong. Both Malaysians actually share a birthday, but 2 years apart. He's 24 years of age, and they became world number 1s at the end of October 2009. Spent 54 weeks, just over the year, as world number 1s, the Malaysians. Had a sensational first year together. In fact, reached the final of 6 of their first 7 tournaments that they played together. Second ever tournament they played was the Asian Games, where they won the gold medal. Extraordinary result. So our court officials.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Koo Kien Kiat and Boon Heong, Malaysia. And on my left, Jung Jae Sung, Yong Dae, Korea.
So the number 2 seeds, Jung Jae Sung and Yong Dae of Korea. Malaysians in the black shirts. This, incredibly, the 14th meeting between these two pairs. And of the previous 13, Jung and Lee have won 11 of them. And the Koreans certainly disagreed with the call. Oh, Ian, just explain why there's such a sort of discrepancy in the number of times that the Koreans have beaten the Malaysians when they've both obviously been the best in the world, and it must be something to do with the styles of play.
It is, it's a real clash of styles. Korean pair play with very high intensity the whole time. You know, they've great concentration, can hold the level for long periods of time. Whereas the Malaysian pairs just tend to have lapses in concentration where they lose the intensity of the game. And they pay dearly against the Korean pairs, both the Korean pairs actually. They really struggle with it at the moment.
Yeah, perhaps interesting that the Malaysians have just employed a Korean coach to work with this men's doubles pair then.
Well, you can see that Jung doesn't want to smash already, and that the Malaysians are going to test his shoulder out. They've read the newspaper articles as well.
Yeah.
Giving Lee Yong Dae time on the shuttle in the rear court. Although he's not got the power of his partner, his placement of the smash is excellent. Interesting in that rally, Jill, 2 or 3 times there. Lee Yong Dae actually smashed from just behind mid-court, and normally you'd expect him to rotate in, and he didn't, he stayed in the back. So I think there obviously is a problem with Jung's shoulder. Lee Yong Dae is the natural playmaker in the forecourt, and didn't take his opportunities there to follow in.
Well, this Korean pair have been in 3 consecutive finals of the Super Series finals. And it's all previous Super Series finals. Oh my goodness. Strong's gone in the racket.
Service over. 4-10.
One of the biggest hitters in the game, Boon Heong. We saw a shot in that from Jung Jae Sung.
Yeah.
Hits from the back and
he follows in, and normally that would be the opposite way around. Normally it would be Yong Dae following in from the rear.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely a problem.
11-6. Interval.
Go. I'll take mix.
Off 1, 20
Well, that was quite clear. Attack and mix. So mix up your attacking play. Not all one pace. Now, of course, Ian, this is a real dilemma for a player that is struggling with injury, because they were in the final of the Super Series finals points for 2010, and they'll be wanting to try and defend those points, because as you were rightly pointing out earlier on, it's not just about Olympic qualifying. There's seeded positions to be had at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, very much so. They're defending big points here, but it's tough at this level to play with a handicap, I have to say, particularly when it sort of stops your normal flow of movement.
Yeah.
You know, there's normally a real flow of movement with these two Lee Dae-Yuns, always trying to get forward, lots of rotation, and so far they're not playing to that style at all.
No.
That's maybe the first example, that point, of what we'd normally expect to see. Good angle from Jung in the rear court, and Lee Yong Dae following in and anticipating the direction in the front court.
Well, he is absolutely superb at the net, Koo Kien Kiat.
Yeah, actually made that look easy, and it wasn't. A real chain of shots he took. Full width of the net. A lovely steep kill to finish.
Service over. 10-13.
This is extraordinary, considering he's obviously is carrying an injury.
Well, at the moment they're letting him play on mid-court. He's quite comfortable from under. That's an easy defence. Pushing straight back to him. Yeah, Drift taking that out the side. That was a good run of points for the Koreans.
14-12.
Classic Yong Dae there. First lift was a little bit short. He's able to take it early, follow it in. Yeah, Jung not able to create any power from the rear court at the moment.
16-13.
That means the Malaysians are not under pressure when the shuttle goes up to him. They're unable to stay very high on the court.
You have to question in your own mind, though, Ian, with the first of the Super Series events, the first week of January, premier event, and in Korea, which obviously the Koreans take huge pride, as all players do, of wanting to do well in their home tournament. You've got to balance up doing further damage and yet giving it a go.
Well, he's not taking any risks overhead. He's not forcing it. He's not trying to smash really hard. The other thing is, as you said at the beginning, Jill, they've got such a good record over this Malaysian pair that they maybe think they can just scrape a win somehow in this.
Yeah.
17-14.
Yeah, in fact, the last time that the Malaysians beat the Koreans was at the World Championships of 2010.
Again, he's not really putting any power into that. But they've won the point just by keeping the shuttle going down. And they'll know that this Malaysian pair are prone to just lapses of concentration. If they can just stick with them, they'll fancy the chances if it gets tight. Yeah, Koo reading that really well. That's what he does so well.
18-15.
Oh, he tried to hit that hard, but not a lot on it.
It's called good.
Yeah, big difference when Yong Dae gets into the rear court, isn't there? The intensity really goes up. He's trying to win the points from there.
18.
Yeah, you'd normally expect to see Jung rotating out there, but not today. Dae stepping out, taking responsibility in the rear court. But Jung's not really a natural reader of the play in the forecourt, is he? A couple of chances there to intercept, but he's not really in a good position. Not used to being in that position. Oh, that's a big call.
Service over. 20, game point, 17.
That's fault called. Means that the Malaysians have 3 game points.
Service over. 18, 20.
Yes, convert on their second opportunity.
Koo Kien Kiat,
21-18 in 16 minutes of play.
You have to say the Malaysians are not going to have a better chance to beat them. This is not normal, the normal style the Koreans play. It's Yong Dae reading the play, going in, taking control of the forecourt. With Jung at the front of the court is giving Koo a lot of opportunities to get in and dominate that area.
Second game. Love ball. Play.
Yeah, that's good from Koo in the forecourt.
1,
Controlling the rally off serve.
service over. 1 all.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, good angle to finish.
Does like to be flamboyant on court though, doesn't he, Koo?
Yeah.
When it works, it's superb.
Service over. 2 all.
Oh, lovely. Well,
Service over.
Yong Dae doesn't like the call. I'm looking down that line. I thought that was correct. Very difficult to tell from that angle, but instinctively I felt that had just got the line.
Service over. 3
It's difficult for the Koreans to create the normal intensity, isn't it, with Jung at the front, because he doesn't read the game as well. Tends to take the pace off, take the safe option all the time. Whereas in the normal combination, where it's Yong Dae going forward, he puts a lot of pressure on his opponents. Always looking for the interception, looking to be aggressive.
Oh, that is magnificent. What an angle.
Service over. 4-all. Service over. 5-4. Six, 4.
He's gone for it again, missed it this time. It's a low margin though, and he's taken that halfway up the court. Doesn't really need to hit the line with that. Could have gone down the centre, followed it in, and been in complete control. And again, Jung not able to generate any leverage around the head. Clearly struggling. Smash going very flat, giving the Malaysian pair the chance to counter-attack and follow in.
Well, of course, there is always a danger for a player that knows that their partner is struggling injury-wise, that you just try and do a little too much yourself, and I think that was a clear example of Yong Dae going for a very ambitious block across court.
Service over.
Koo will be disappointed there, set the point up nicely, good serve, good third shot. Shuttle coming up, just missed it. Again, that's one of his favourites as well. Stepping out to the forehand side to intercept.
Yeah, you can just see the strapping going down below the shirt sleeve there. Does show to me, you know, exactly what his role is normally within the partnership, that it's a very specific role of producing power and doing the work from the back of the court when he's fully fit, because he really has been exposed as not reading the game as well as the other players on court.
No, he doesn't read the game in the forecourt, that's clear. But that's always been compensated by his mobility and his strength in the rear court, and also his defensive play as well. Very good defence.
Yeah.
But take away his rear court attack, and that makes it very difficult for Yong Dae. As you say, Yong Dae being forced into taking some chances. That was another chance there going cross.
10-7.
Left a lot of space down the line. Look, a little bit lucky to get away with that. Wide open.
Service over. 8-10.
and this is the problem with the Malaysian pair, isn't it? Again, they've got a real weakness on the other side of the court. They know what tactics they've got to play, and they've just lost their way tactically, haven't they, in the first half of that game? The Koreans have really done nothing to have a 3-point lead at 11. They've just played solid. Jung not really reading the game in the forecourt. He's just blocked everything. Koo should be able to read that. He's missed 2 or 3 good chances on the front court, and suddenly the Koreans are right in the game.
Yeah.
뒤에서는 연결 동작 반복으로는 해야지. 좀 양쪽으로 넓게 보고. 응? 자, 쪼이자.
Kim Moon-soo obviously talking about how to get Jung Jae Sung forward.
He's quite predictable when they're serving to him. He's blocking.
Mm.
And you'd expect the Malaysians to be all over that. He wants to block, follow in, get himself set in the front court.
11-8, play.
Go again, block. Got away with it. You must know by now that he's going to block everything that comes to him at the net. He's not going to attack anything there. Again, Koo making the mistake, really.
Oh, that's great vision.
Yeah, a little bit of his mixed experience coming in there. Drawing the opponents over to one side of the court and then quick change of direction. Classic mixed play, and I guess this is a mixed situation for him, really.
Service over. 9-13.
Good pressure from Tan in the rear court, the defensive shot coming up. At this level you don't expect mistakes from above net height in the forecourt. That's better.
Service over. 10-14.
Again, just letting him rotate in. It's too easy.
Service over. 15-10.
When Jung's in the rear court, you know there's going to be no power on the smash. You've got to be stepping up in defence. Really trying to be aggressive.
Service over. 11-15.
He apologises for the good fortune.
16-11. Service over. 12.
Yeah, good pressure this time. Koo following in. Tan rotating out, Koo getting into the net position he prefers. Good finish.
Service over. 17-12.
strange choice of shot, isn't it? Going over Jung's head, which means he can come in under it.
Yeah.
Rather than using the space.
Malaysians almost as if they're resigned to the fact that they're going to lose this second game. No real urgency in their style of play in this rally.
Something we've seen a lot of this year.
Service over.
Like we were saying in the first game, they just have these lapses where they go passive,
Yeah.
lose the intensity in their game. And the Korean pair know that very well. That's why they're probably still playing in this match. I mean, Jung really doesn't look in condition to be playing. Clearly limited in the rear court. But they've got a 5-point lead.
Well, there is Jung Jae Sung on the left, two-time Olympic silver medalist in the men's doubles, the Korean, now coaching in Malaysia. Goodness me.
Don't like this.
No.
Yeah, you've won the first game playing a good tempo. You let the tempo drop in the second. It's going to be very difficult to up it again in the third. You just get into, just lose the intensity of the game. And again. Game just drifting along. It'll suit the Koreans. If they can get away without having to work really hard for this second game, they'll be really happy.
Court needing to be mopped. Only 33 minutes as men's doubles so far.
Yeah, I can understand Yong Dae toweling down. He's taking 3/4 of the court, 3/4 of the
Yeah.
shots. Good angle. And again, they're being given time on the attack.
20, 10 point, 14.
6 game points.
Service over. 15, 20.
Pushed it wide. It is indeed 1 game all.
Second game, 1 by
21-15.
21-15. 1 game all.
Well, extraordinary tactics. Quite clear that Jung Jae Sung is struggling.
Oh, we said it at the end of the first game. If the Malaysians don't win this, they're going to be very, very disappointed. This is an excellent opportunity to improve their record against the Korean pair. But they're really going to have to up their intensity in this start of this third game. I guess that's what they'll try and do, but why not the second game? Why not keep the pressure on their opponents, keep the attack? Tam was attacking really well. Koo was in the forecourt position in the first game. They were winning, and then suddenly just go very passive in the second game, and Koreans really didn't have to work hard enough for me to win that second game.
No, I agree with that.
You know, suddenly they're in the game, and really this should have been a 2-set victory for the Malaysians, with Jung so limited in the rear court.
You have to ask yourself, though, Ian, how many times have we seen the Malaysians being in what we think should really be winning situations? You know, I remember it in the World Championships against Kai and Fu. Was it last year in Paris? And same again, the Asian Games final in Guangzhou. They were, in fact, held 2 match points against the Olympic champions in that final.
Yeah, we see from the first point, put the tempo in, up the pace, looks a different game.
Yeah.
There we go. Koo alive again on the forecourt. I mean, they really should win this game. Question is whether they can keep their intensity high enough for the whole game. Game from the Malaysian pair, very passive in defence, lots of lifts, rather than stepping in and trying to be creative in those defensive positions. Each time the rallies go long, you just have the feeling more and more that it's the Koreans that are going to win the point, don't you?
Yes.
You know, this lifting in defence to Jung's okay, but Jung's not losing points from the rear court. He's just playing solid, he's keeping the shuttle in play. You've got to be a little bit more constructive in defence than that.
Sometimes also think that the Malaysians care a little too much about the style in which they're playing, rather than, you know, the Brad Gilbert winning ugly sort of philosophy of, you know, even if it's not the most pretty way of playing badminton, it's the most effective.
That's just what they had to be here. They had to be effective in this match to win it.
Unbelievable defence.
Yeah, and you see they're having to work hard now. They, you know, they won the first 3 points with high intensity, and then suddenly they've given 4 away. 4 all. set up with a good angle to the middle there. That created the shorter lift. Gave them the chance to switch directions with the attack. Looks so much better when they're attacking. They really need to work harder to create more opportunities.
Service over. 5-all. Service over. 6-5.
Such a difference, isn't there? Once they take the attack and they play with high intensity, they look a really good pair again.
7-5.
Oh, that's clever. Lovely play from Yong Dae.
Service over. 6-7.
Yep, Jung forcing Tam back in defence, and his partner Yong Dae using the space it created in the forecourt.
Service over. 8-6.
A little disappointed there. Koo stepping out for the interception, reading it well, but really hitting it straight back onto the defence of Yong Dae. Missed the opportunity to find the space cross.
Play.
Oh, the errors now
6.
coming from Yong Dae.
Yeah, he feels he's got to take the responsibility though, doesn't he? He's trying to force the game a little bit at the moment. Yeah, Jung really struggling from the rear court.
10-6.
Oh, string's gone, I think. Still manages to put it away.
7-10.
play, good angle.
8-10. Service
Well,
over.
going for an extravagant cross-court shot there. Jung Jae Sung. His opponent's reading it though, and so the Malaysians have the advantage as they change ends in this deciding game.
다운되지 말고 그대로. 어? 끝날 때까지 그대로 보는 거야. 어? 아.
Hot 1, 20 seconds. Hot 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 8. Play.
Well, it looks as though Jung's decided he's got to try and smash a little bit more if they're going to win this. And this is the area where he might damage his shoulder. We were talking about it earlier, Jung.
Yeah,
So far he's played very controlled and just tried to just bring the shuttle down and tried to rotate in, but there was a real conscious effort to try and put a little bit more power behind it.
and not only more power, it was 4 or 5 smashes from him.
Yeah, didn't really create any angle with it though, still struggling. That's good from Tan, good return, left hand straight up in the air, interception.
12, 9.
You see it, steps up, takes it early, good play. Again, it's deep, passive defence from the Malaysians. Particularly when Jung's attacking, they really need to step up the court. He's not getting any great angle when he's trying to hit now. Lots of good opportunities to counter-attack.
Yeah, and your point that you made earlier about the longer the rally was in progress, the more you favoured the Koreans winning. I sensed that as that rally was getting longer and longer. Clever from Yong Dae.
11, 12.
It goes back to the old theory that really you cannot expect to win matches by defending.
No, in modern men's doubles, the percentage is 78% of the points are won by the team that wins the attack first. First team to attack wins 78% of the rallies.
Service over. 13, 11. Service over.
And that's the problem with the deep defensive stance.
Yeah, he's very deep there. Can't play the block from that deep. You've got to step up if you want to play block defense, take it early.
13-all.
So back level.
Yeah, just going with the drift there.
Service over. 14-13.
Yeah, and again, fixing the Malaysians deep in defence.
14-all.
No way to counter from there. Nice finish though, clip finish. Angling the shuttle down in front of the defensive position. Not trying to go through the defence.
Clever.
Nice, good shot.
Service over. 15-14.
Nice change of direction. Good agility from Jung to get the shuttle back, but see there, he was caught totally off guard. Did well to get it back into play, but not enough.
Service over. 15-all.
Same again, Malaysians very deep. Again, finishing shot, finishing in front of the defence rather than through it.
Well, it wasn't the best of serves to start the rally, but they got away with it.
15.
And at this crucial stage, Korean's into the lead.
Well, you've got to be expecting that. He's been doing it all the way through the match.
Yeah.
Hold, drop and follow. One smash, forcing the defenders back, but they've got to get that back really.
Change. 15.
Well, this is extraordinary, really, isn't it, Ian?
15.
4 straight points. Another 3-point advantage when they've been struggling to catch up all the way through this deciding game. Yeah, completely smashed racket.
Didn't have much left to hit that with, really. I think if he had a few more strings left, he might have got it. That was a big point. Yeah, he knew what he wanted to do, he just hadn't got any racket to do it with.
Service over.
So that was a big point. That does give the Malaysians a chance. It's Koo coming in on service, which is good for the Malaysians. But you have the feeling it's now or never.
Yeah.
As the rally developed, always feel there's more chance that the Malaysians are going to make a mistake. At one stage there, they had Jung right out of position and then switched the play to Lee. One of the few long rallies that the Malaysians have actually won.
Service over. 17.
But they win it by Tan being really aggressive in the rear court, and he's been his second game really he hasn't attacked so much from the rear court. Used a lot of half smash and drops. They're at the best when he's hitting hard, and Koo using his speed and his reading of the game on the forecourt.
Lovely, please.
Oh, goodness.
Lovely, please.
Calling for the referee. Tan appeared to be holding his back. And I wonder if they've called for the doctor.
Well, if it's a back problem, there's nothing the doctor can do. Can't give treatment, he can only give advice.
Maybe he just wants cold spray. Well, sadly we're not seeing that at the moment. There we go. A bit of a blurred line between what is treatment and what isn't, I think. Just over the hour mark now, this match. Oh, it's landed in.
Big point, this one.
19.
gone wide.
Service over.
So now,
19, match
after an
point.
hour and
18.
1 minute, the Koreans have 2 match points.
Late.
Well, that is extraordinary.
Well, it's got to be hugely disappointing for the Malaysians.
Yeah, I agree with that, but a real demonstration in why it's always worth fighting, because the Koreans were clearly struggling early on, and clearly an injury problem with Jung Jae Sung. 21-18 in the deciding game, and there's the moment of victory.
You can see from the celebration they know they've pulled that one out of the fire.
Yeah, indeed. Well, confirmation of the score, 18-21, 21-15, 21-18 in the deciding game. Hour and 2 minutes. Well, what an opening day it's been at the Ning BWF World Super Series Finals. Some absolutely tremendous matches, as we would expect from the best in the world. Well, this evening's session all started with mixed doubles, and the British combination completely outclassed by the Indonesians Ahmad and Liliana Natsir. And then in the women's singles, it was the battle of the left-handers, and Wang Xin from China beating the youngster from Japan, Sayaka Sato, 21-7, 21-9. Then it was the turn of the men's singles. This went the full distance. The 3-time defending champion, Lee Chong-wei of Malaysia, needing 3 games though to overcome Sho Sasaki, 21-12 in the deciding game. Then we had 3 games in the women's doubles, with the Danes fighting back in the second game to send it to a decider, but in the end the Asian Games gold medalists, the world number 2s from China, Tian Qing and Zhao Yunlei, just too good. 21-14 in the decider, and as we've just seen in the men's doubles, the number 2 seeds Jung Jae Sung and Lee Yong Dae coming from a game down against the former world number 1s Koo and Tan of Malaysia. Got the opening game 18-21, but the Koreans coming back 21-15, 21-18 in the deciding game. So, a thrilling opening day here in